I don't even know if I should be in this discussion.
No, because I'm just like, okay. So Ivy,
I feel like
this is my sister
I feel
Ivy.
like the ideal is probably a black person.
I didn't even introduce you. Like, so hi, welcome back to my channel, Nerd It This Way. I am here with my older sister Ivy, and we are discussing the Barnes & Noble fiasco that she didn't know about, and I just needed to share with her.
Mahalia, in this world, you must know who you are.
Barnes & Noble failed.
Oh yeah.
Barnes & Noble tried and failed, and I'm really wondering.
They tried it.
They did. No one on that marketing team was like, you guys, this is not going to go well. Even if this is a joke, this isn't funny. They picked the whitest books that already have retellings. Like, I don't read zombie books, but there's an Alice in Wonderland retelling with a black main character. And I heard it's dope. It's on like my list to read.
Do you think they try to do something like The Wiz? But then they rewrote not the whole story. They still have the same concept in The Wiz, but it's kind of rewritten a little bit.
No, someone was like...
Yeah, maybe it was like...
Let's half-ass this project and make the cover art diverse and trick them into buying the book and prove that we don't really give a shit. However, though, the comments that people were saying were like, well, if there are no pictures, their kids won't notice. That offended me on every level, because if you read those classic books, the descriptions are very clear that those are white characters. They didn't change the book, they changed the cover art.
So they assuming that they can't comprehend what...
Like, they pretty much insulted their own children. Like, yeah, they're not going to catch it. It's fine. Like, But there are books, classic black books that they could have promoted. There are so many.
I feel like they didn't want to take that risk.
And no one on their board was like, you guys, I don't think we should do this. I don't think this will go well in this climate in 2020.
There's a lot.
There's no tolerance for this nonsense.
I personally feel like these companies definitely need to hire a whole company that does. They need to have different sections, different races.
But they have sensitivity editors. They should have sensitivity agents where it's like, in the meeting, like, no, you cannot put this in your book. If you are going to talk about slavery, then you need to have these facts. If you're going to talk about Muslim culture, then you need to have these facts. They have those people for a reason, but it didn't seem like they implemented them at all. Like, they were like...
This wouldn't be the first time you heard some shit like that. It's just reversed.
And it's sad because it's classified
because they did it with music.
White people shit. Like, oh, that's just some white people shit.
It is.
And it's like, damn. It
is.
Like, that's some shady white people shit. Like, stealing music or books, saying, like, a book won't sell if a black person or a person of color is on the book. That is not the and it's sad because we're trying to move away from that, and it's like a reminder. Like, no, there are still those people who remind us that they have this mentality of this, like, white people shit. And I was talking to our cousin. I'll link her channel down below, Mahalia. She does makeup and health and wellness. And I just had, like, I watch Animal Planet quite a bit, like, when I'm stressed or have anxiety. And I notice I get bothered when I see an American white person, female or male, go out and save an endangered species, but don't want to talk about, have that rough talk about privilege, slavery, and police brutality in their own country. Like, they want to go out and be like, oh, I'm going to help the chimpanzees, I'm going to help the pelican, I'm going to help the alligators, but I'm going to let my country kind of just do its own thing. I'm going to, these animals are going to make up for the fact that my family may have been fucked up in history. And instead of having the hard conversation and accepting it and moving beyond it, I'm going to act like it don't exist and save an animal species because I couldn't just deal with it. I'm like, probably, this is just my opinion.
I've heard, like, jokes about it, like, white people will save an animal before a black human being.
And that's not the case now, though. Like, now white people are checking each other, which I love it. I love those videos, those viral videos where it's like...
I think to move forward, I mean, I definitely feel like just holding, you know, accountability. Like, if you see some shit, speak up. And I feel like that's the best way to move forward, is to not be quiet. You know, like, yeah, that was fucked up. It wasn't me. It was my grandfather. You know, but I feel like, well, today you see, like, it's still kind of happening. So just speak up.
Like, someone should have spoke up at that Barnes & Noble meeting, because...
Like, no, that shit is not cool.
You see there's so many, though. It wasn't like they did 8 or... They did 12. They did 12 books. And... Oh, I just...
What 12 books did they do? What was the name of the 12 books?
Where is it? Like... I'm gonna find it, because I was like, oh, there's so
and they
many.
left the exact, like, names and not even, like...
Yeah.
So, Romeo and Juliet, Frankenstein. Oh, goodness. They gave him a fro.
Oh. Yes.
They gave him one of the, what they say, the unkempt looks.
Mm-hmm.
With the SpongeBob hair.
Have you-
Now, that's another thing. You put that image on a book, but you'll suspend a kid over looking like that.
So...
I guess there's something separate, right?
My friend,
you know,
Margaret,
when the guys wear their hair like kind of squished up, it's not like combed out or whatever.
Mm-hmm. It's like pushed
They
down.
have that Frankie had Frankenstein's hair. Looks like that on the cover of the Barnes & Noble book.
Yes. So one of my friends, Margaret, she put on
So
Twitter.
why they get
Not this
suspended
one.
for looking like that?
I don't know, but she put this tweet saying, "White people, don't you ever think that this is okay." And it was a black woman coming in with her natural afro, and like her white coworker's like, "I've never felt anything like it," and she's like so uncomfortable. She's just standing like completely still, and it's like just like you could just feel the energy.
I don't feel like that's right. That you can't go with your like natural hair because it looks kids or whatever, but I mean,
when I saw that, I was like,
I don't know if they noticed, but our hair does not look or feel the same. So it's like me trying to look or get my hair to look straight or something like yours is literally burning my shit out. The chemicals, the heat to get like that, like it's just making it unhealthy.
oh, I can't find it.
Just trying to imitate that look, like, and then to go to work and be like, oh, it's unkempt because your shit don't look like mine. It's just not fair. Romeo and Juliet, and then they're like cartoon, like.
Like the artist didn't even ask, like, hey, what is
The Wizard of Oz. She has The Treasure Island.
Mm-hmm.
Moby Dick. Lord. The Secret Garden. Barnes & Noble.
Like the whitest books. The Monte Cristo was written by a black
Moby
man.
Dick.
Yeah.
If they got Old Yeller, I'm gonna scream. If they put a damn pit for Old Yeller, I'm gonna scream. Don't do Old Yeller. I bet you Old Yeller.
Are those some J's or Air Force that she has?
They might be Chucks.
Those are not Chucks.
They might be. She got a braid and everything. Okay, I could see if they did this and they changed the story.
No, they didn't.
Frankenstein.
He got one tooth out though. Why does he have one tooth out?
Maybe it's a ring. Made Moby Dick look like Samuel Jackson in what's that? What was he?
Oh, Fury.
The Captain General or something. I don't know Marvel movies like that.
It's Fury.
With the patch. That's what he looks like.
Yeah.
They owe Samuel a check because that is clearly him.
I can't find it. Oh, I can't find the
I had
other ones.
zoomed in on it. That's how I saw that.
I think these are the only ones. Let me see.
Should we go to Barnes and Noble now to see if they're there?
No, they took it down.
Uh,
And this was in New York. This was in one store.
oh, so they knew, like,
Yeah, this
okay,
experiment failed.
this could either go right or this could go really wrong.
Yes.
So we're gonna put in one store,
I'm gonna find that the video.
and that was like a, oh my bad, ain't nobody like that, ain't there? Good thing we only printed $5. Had to pre-order the rest if it was gonna be a hit.
Like,
That's crazy. Moby Dick. Come
Yeah.
on. First off, who the hell buying these books, black or white? Like, nobody buying these books.
but I mean,
Honestly, like, you think 2020, somebody 15, 16 years old is buying Moby Dick.
I mean, for school they have to. Like, they have to read a classic, Frankenstein.
Yeah, but I don't see them buying that. I see you going to a library. I don't see you, like, purchasing it.
The fact that
You're
they
gonna
have
definitely,
the Secret Garden.
you're gonna definitely return it.
The Secret Garden.
But you might not be able to return that if you got a black person on it.
I'm
So, maybe, or maybe it's some, what is it called when you have, okay, let me think. Limited edition.
I think that's what they were going for.
Like, oh, this is a limited edition. This should be
Yeah.
worth money because it's
Yeah.
never been done before.
because this is it. This is the
That's not how you go. So for Cinco de Mayo, I know that's just a day.
I
are
know.
they
I
gonna-
thought you were gonna
Are
say.
they gonna like?
They put out a statement saying that wasn't their intent. They
Of
just
course, I feel like it
wanted
was like
to-
a limited edition, like, you know, no harm, no foul, or whatever. I feel like it's probably some shit like, oh, this is a limited edition. You get to see yourselves on a book, Black History Month, pro-black. It's gonna be like so cool, and black people like, but the story ain't about me. You describing somebody with blue eyes, but got someone that does not have blue eyes on the front.
I'm wondering if they did Uncle Tom's Cabin because there's a black man on the cover of that. They redid. Like,
So
now
then
I'm
he
like,
should have been white if it's you know, for reversing roles.
I probably
It should have
not.
been like a
They probably wouldn't do that.
black man and a white boy,
They wouldn't do that.
Uncle Tom.
they
they
wouldn't do that.
did
but-
Moby Dick. Come on.
But that's like
Frank, Mr. Hyde and Jekyll.
yeah, that was I think that one.
That was another one.
They did 12.
So what's the other ones look like? I think I've seen about 5.
Only the books that they show. That's it. That's it. Those are a few more, but it's the same.
Treasure Island. I'm not even reading this bullshit anyway. Alice in Wonderland. No, she don't look black. But then black comes in all different colors.
And maybe that's what they're trying to show. See, they gave her red hair on Romeo and Juliet,
Oh yeah, she like a strawberry looking
like a carrot top.
with freckles.
I think maybe carrot top is a
Oh, they
slur.
gave Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, they gave him a turban.
No.
That's a turban, isn't it?
I think it's not
Yeah, a turban.
There was no one in this meeting like, you got this. I really don't think
The Three Musketeers.
someone should have went to a black neighbor or someone and was like, hey,
Samuel, don't it?
it looks like the guy who's in the Matrix, Morpheus, Lawrence Fishburne with the beard, except it's white.
The Secret Garden. Okay.
She's still white.
Alice
Peter Pan.
They did 2 Alice in Wonderland covers.
I guess they did POC, not just black. They had a turban, Native American.
So they did 2 covers for Alice in Wonderland. They did this one, and then they did this one.
Well, I guess they want to be like, let's insult everyone we can and just knock them all in
And
one.
Peter Pan. I feel like it kind of would have been a good idea if they would have like made the story about like a black person in the story and not just slap a different cover on it. Because we all know Peter Pan was white. We all know Alice in Wonderland was, described as blue hair. And The Secret Garden, I don't even know how she made it there.
The Secret Garden is a classic, but...
Yeah, I've seen the movie.
Yeah. I read the book. But, I think this one is the Count of Monte Cristo. I think that one is the only one by a black author.
And that was cut off in your picture. So whoever took that picture is being racist too. You're gonna cut off the one book that was actually.
They did a different Frankenstein too, from what it looks like.
Okay, so there's different.
So not only.
Oh look, and The Secret Garden is different too.
So they have variations of the popular classics that people do collect and buy. Because I collect Alice in Wonderland books. I love Alice in Wonderland.
It kind of was like a dope idea. However, I think it called for changing the story a little bit.
They should have been like, let's find some debut authors that already have this retelling out. In case it fails, it could fail in their name. And we, whatever. But this, I would have been like, hey, coworker of mine that I've never spoken to ever, but I know you're black, and so I want to get this okay, even if that's probably racist. Do you think this is a good idea?
What if somebody brought that as a book for you? Like, what if a white coworker brought that as a book for you?
If James would have bought that, if my husband would have bought that, I would have been like...
I wouldn't have been offended.
If they don't read...
I wouldn't have been offended. I would have been more so like, you really don't know how that's offensive? Are you really... Not offensive, but you really don't know.
But it kind of makes you feel like it's different on the inside. Like, don't judge a book by its cover, but this book and the cover don't match. So if James would have got me, the Frankenstein with the fro, I would have thought that that's the character inside. And then I would have read it.
Yeah.
And it would have been the same, and I would have been insulted.
That part.
Because I know James wouldn't have looked inside and been like, oh, let me make sure the characters match.
Yeah.
So I feel tricked. As a consumer, I would feel tricked. The person
that probably bought you the book might have been like, oh shit, I didn't know they didn't change the story. To damn exact word for word.
I'm kind of wondering who bought this. Who was like, because there had to be at least one or two people to post like, hey, look at this really, really shitty idea and let's make it viral. Was it a Barnes & Noble manager? Was it a book, shelver? Because I would have put this on Snapchat like, look at this nonsense.
You wouldn't have bought one?
No.
I'm wondering were there black artists that drew it, because I noticed that they all don't
match.
Yeah. So I'm thinking maybe they got black artists.
Well, let's look, because the artists, they
do it. And I'm pretty sure they felt like this was a good idea.
They probably didn't know that they weren't going to change the story, though.
I don't know.
Because I feel like if I was a black artist and I'd be like, oh, you want me to do a Frankenstein? A readaptation?
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. But I ain't gonna tell you that is considered white people shit. Like, I'm not gonna tell you the whole thing. I'm gonna tell you this so you could do it, and then your name is on it, and I'm gonna out you in case this shit don't work out as the artist. So I don't get all the heat by myself.
Shift like Billy. I don't know.
It's super early for an April Fool's joke. The ruby slippers. I really think those ruby slippers are like Nikes or something. Yeah, diverse editions. Mm-hmm. That's what they were supposed to be. But
So in the month of March, are those covers going to look all Irish?
Probably not.
What about May? Are they going to turn Spanish?
No.
Like, how far are we going with this?
I think June is...
But we only want to get a month.
Pride Month.
Oh, so they should...
I have no idea who thought of this. Like, I think it may have been a good idea to celebrate Black History Month, but someone was like...
I want to know. I just want to know the ethnicity
of the person who...
Of this person that thought...
That came up with this. It couldn't have been one person either.
What if they were black? That is very possible.
That is, like...
I bet you... They probably were.
They probably like, I know a way to get these sales up.
They probably were like, there was no book with people that look like me on it. The story is dope. Let's just slap this cover on it. It's still the same book. Now they're imagining the person on the book
and ignoring the
and just
passages,
bypassing
the blue eyes, blonde hair,
the description of Alice, the description of Frankenstein, and Mr. You know, the description.
Victor.
You know, I don't read.
But Barnes and Noble did this fuckery. But it's like just
maybe they weren't in the marathon.
maybe the readathon. Like they have challenges.
Or maybe they wanted to participate,
and they were
when
like,
you buy the book and that way you get like added on.
Like oh,
because we could join because now we got like black covers.
Like and now we meet your criteria. We meet your reading prompts.
This is not black words.
I mean, but
like I said, that the idea is kind of cool, but it's
so
just
A for effort and idea, F for execution, major F. Like you don't get an F, you get a Z. They should have just took a story that was already made, that was written by a black author.
But I think what it is that they probably felt like a lot of people, the masses, don't know this story. So who's gonna buy it? And rather than take a chance on it, because you would have to introduce like technically like a new story, you just slap a different face on it.
But there are black classics, like Their Eyes Are Watching God. Halle Berry was in that. You can't be like, you know, just redo all the covers of those classics. Beloved.
Maybe they will next year.
Maya Angelou, Langston Hughes, they could have revamped those books and made them editions, like collector's edition, Barnes & Noble collector's edition.
Yeah.
And we wouldn't even be having this discussion. It would be like
Yeah.
awesome fucking covers with leather binding and stuff. And they could charge $50 and they'd get the black dollar because it would have been...
Did it make Harry Potter black?
Like, I'm not even acknowledging that shit. No. I hope you enjoyed this video. I also have to do a wrap up. I already know I'm like late in the game. A TBR, I'm probably only gonna read like 2 books maybe 3 books this month. So like, share, subscribe if you like my content. Thank you, Ivy, for joining me in this very, very spontaneous discussion. Very long. I'm gonna split this up in like 3 parts probably because it's really long. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.